Welcome to Question It, the podcast where we rethink health, wellness, and personal growth. I'm Kevin, your host, chief inquisitor, and sometimes guinea pig, exploring fresh paths to a better life. Let's dive into today's episode and get started. In this episode 6AI of Question It, we're asking, why can't artists or anyone speak up? So this is another bonus episode that we're using Google's Notebook LM AI to create a podcast episode based on an original video that I made called You Are Multifaceted, Even Taylor Swift Can Talk Politics. So this is a really special kind of fun episode that I really enjoy using AI to create its own interpretation of some original content that I've already made, whether it's a video or an article or anything else that I might have come up with and even just taken notes on my own. So that's why I wanted to create today's episode using AI to give you and me another variation or perspective, an AI perspective, on one of my original videos. So without further ado, here it is.
Okay, so get ready, because today we're gonna dive deep
dive
into this idea that you can be interested in more than one thing,
and
it's not just okay, it's actually really cool.
it's like a superpower, I think.
Yeah. So we're talking about being passionate and knowledgeable about all kinds of stuff, not just one little thing,
Right, like you're not just a rank.
Yeah.
You're not just a doctor.
Exactly.
Or you're not just a lawyer.
Look.
You can be all
No,
sorts of things.
you can be a doctor who also bakes the best pies,
Exactly.
plays a mean guitar.
You know?
It's funny because we kind of celebrate this when it's someone like Elon Musk.
Totally.
Yeah.
Like electric cars to space travel.
Yeah, everyone's like, woo, Elon.
Yeah, genius.
But then Taylor Swift, amazing musician,
Yeah.
says something about politics.
Uh-oh.
And everyone loses their minds.
Right, like she can't have an opinion.
Yeah, it's
What is her brain-only music?
Exactly. It's so weird.
I know, it's like people think your brain has these little compartments.
Right.
This is for music, this is for politics, and never the two shall meet.
That's what we're going to explore today. And we're using this awesome YouTube video by Kevin R. Strauss. It's called You Are Multifaceted. Even Taylor Swift Can Talk Politics.
And I love that Strauss really challenges this idea that we should just be good at one thing.
Yeah, he's like, come on, people. You're more interesting than that.
Exactly. And it's so true. I mean, think about it. Did you only study one subject in school?
I mean, I barely studied any subjects in school.
Fair enough.
But no, definitely not. And I bet you didn't either.
Definitely not.
There's math and history.
Science, English.
Yeah, and
art, music.
Exactly. So, why do we think after school's done, suddenly we're supposed to be just one thing?
That's a great question. I mean, Strauss gives this example of Fran Drescher. Yes, amazing actress, hilarious.
Oh, totally.
But also a serious union leader.
What? No way. I did not know that.
Yeah, advocating for actors' rights and stuff.
That's so cool.
It is, right?
Okay, now I'm picturing Fran Drescher at a union meeting.
With that voice.
Oh, Mr. Producer, you think you can mistreat my fellow actors?
That's amazing.
See, that's what I love about this whole idea. It's you never know what amazing combinations people have going on.
Right. Strauss also talks about how some surgeons are also, pilots.
Wait, what?
Yeah, licensed pilots.
That's insane.
Or some are, expert skippers, sailing.
No way. That's wild.
It really is. And it makes you think, right?
Yeah, why do we question Taylor Swift talking politics?
Right.
But then we're totally fine with a surgeon flying a plane.
Exactly. Where's the line there?
What's the difference?
I think maybe it's because we're more comfortable with expertise when it fits into, a story we already understand.
Oh, I see. Doctors are smart, so obviously they could be pilots too.
Yeah, something like that.
But Taylor Swift.
Right, she's supposed to just sing and dance.
Yeah. But our brains aren't actually like that, are they?
No, our brains are, made to learn new things.
Make connections.
Totally. It's how we evolved,
And Strauss says, learning doesn't just stop when you finish school.
Absolutely. It's a lifelong thing.
Think about how you learn to talk. No one sat you down with flashcards.
Right. You just absorbed it.
Yeah, you just kind of picked it up.
And that's how we learn a lot of things.
It's true.
So it's like, maybe we're all born multifaceted.
Right.
But somewhere along the way, we get this message that we need to just pick one thing.
Right. Specialize.
Yeah.
Become the expert.
But what if that's actually holding us back?
Like, what if being multifaceted makes us even more creative?
What if it helps us solve problems in new ways?
I've totally felt that pressure to specialize.
I think a lot of people do.
It's like you're afraid of being a jack of all trades, master of none.
Right.
But Strauss is like, no. Being multifaceted isn't about being mediocre.
Yeah. It's about bringing all your unique experiences to whatever you do.
And get this, he says we shouldn't just keep it all to ourselves. We should share.
Share it all.
So it's not just about like showing off how much random stuff we know.
No.
I was going to say I'm pretty good at that.
Well, that's part of it. But it's really about how sharing our knowledge actually helps everyone.
Okay, yeah.
When we explain something to someone else, we understand it better ourselves.
Oh, that makes sense.
And when we share different perspectives, it sparks new ideas.
Like this awesome knowledge cycle. We learn, we share, we learn more.
Exactly.
And the world gets smarter.
And Strauss is a great example of this. Biomedical engineer, tons of patents. Ironman triathlete.
Oh my God.
And an expert in human behavior.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
He is walking the walk.
He really is. And he really wants us to do the same,
Embrace our multifaceted selves.
Yes. And share our gifts with the world.
Like he says, we are all multifaceted. I know you have more than one gift to offer the world.
So powerful, right?
So, listener, what does all this mean for you?
It means you can be whoever you want to be.
Like, seriously, be a musician, Andy, political activist.
A scientist, Andy, an artist.
A tech guru, Andy, like a history buff.
The combinations are endless.
And maybe those different interests are what make you.
Exactly. It's your unique blend.
So here's what I want to leave you with.
Okay.
What are your passions?
Mm-hmm.
What are you interested in? What are you good at?
Yeah, and what do you want to share?
Don't be afraid to step outside those boxes.
Let your multifaceted self shine.
Wow, this whole conversation has got me fired up.
I know, it's inspiring.
I'm like ready to go learn something totally new right now.
Me too. It's so exciting to realize we can always keep learning and growing.
It's been great chatting with you about this.
Likewise.
And for you listeners, here's a little challenge this week.
Okay.
Explore something new.
Yeah.
Something totally different from what you usually do.
Step outside your comfort zone.
Or share your knowledge about something you're passionate about.
With someone who might not know much about it.
See what happens. You might surprise yourself.
You definitely might.
Okay, so I hope that was as fun for you as it was for me. I just think it's really interesting how AI pulls out different elements of the video content that I created and where it goes with how we might understand how we can each have multiple roles, multiple experiences and areas of expertise, and we don't have to be pigeonholed into just our profession. And I think it's especially important that we don't devalue someone because they're an artist or an actor or something like that. Like, oh, they don't have a brain. They can't have an opinion on, say, politics, when really they can. So anybody can have an opinion on anything. And the more learned your opinion, the more you've researched and delved into that subject matter, perhaps the more valid or the better you can articulate that opinion to share with others. And then they can then improve and enhance their lives based on what you've learned and what you've shared. So I hope that was a fun episode for you. And if you'd like to dig into this deeper and have a real conversation with me and some fellow audience members, then please go to the show notes, hit the link to join this episode's uchiTribe using the free Uchi app. Again, this is all free. I just want to have more interaction with my audience and have you guys interacting with each other. So that's why we're using the Uchi app. It's a very safe, private place where I am guiding the conversations with questions, and there are some sample questions in the show notes as well that we might be discussing. So go ahead and click that link, share this with all your friends, and until next time, peace, love, and connect. Thanks for joining me on Question It. Remember, growth happens outside your comfort zone, so keep experimenting and embracing change. If you enjoyed this episode, connect with me in the show notes, leave a 5-star review, and request to join this episode's uchiTribe. Until next time, peace, love, and connect.